It's about to get live. We keep it pretty level, no surprise. Come and listen to the topics busting. Then check out our discussion. Keith Norris and D2Cat. K-Bump 20 on the MIC. Check our night all the way in Germany. Leveled head, you know who that boy is. But I say, live and level, live and level. We on the MIC. Live and level. We just talking them games. Live and level, live and level. Take a seat and listen up, man. Live and level, live and level. What's up, people? This is your boy Leveled Head, and this is the Live and Leveled Gamers podcast. We are back with another one, and we are live. I'm gonna let these dudes come in. Keith Norris, K-Bump 20. Let's go, baby.
Yo.
Let's go.
Let's get it cracking.
So if you live in the live chat and you tuning in and everything, let us know who you are. We shall give you a shout out. But what's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Man, listen, I'm doing great.
Okay.
Okay, bro. I'm hanging in there, man.
Hanging in there.
I've been playing that game of life on hard mode, but
man.
Game of life on hard mode. I like
hard mode, man. It's all good though. My job been putting the brother to work, but it's all good. My boss in India right now, so I've been having to pick up the slack for him since he all the way over there. So it's been good though.
Okay, all right. I mean, at least he trusts you to take over the business as he's gone.
Yeah. I've been having to call him late at night because 9 p.m. my time is 9 a.m. his time, so we've been going back and forth. It's been cool though, man. It's a good experience, you know.
All right. Welcome to the show, Phoenix Star 5000. You were in this building. And we also have Dark Sun Rider as well. Look at that.
It's called congratulations.
I'm playing. I'm joking. Yeah, I'm joking. That's a joke. Joke. Anyway, we got a lot set up for you guys this evening. And I don't know if you saw my video before this video, but you should have saw that video because it was a great video. Anyway, I don't know how I got all that out, but I did. Y'all ready to get into these conversations? First of all, before we do that, anything interesting has happened in any one of you guys' worlds before we get into the game and talk?
Anything interesting? No, man, my Lakers looking bad.
Yo, Lakers, I saw your little tweet on Twitter. I'm like, when did Keith get on Twitter?
Yeah, man, I went in and got back on Twitter. I had to. I was like, let me go ahead and get back on here.
Okay.
It's a brand new page, but it is what it is.
Hold up. Shouts out to the truth. He's in the building. And we also have, Cornelius is in the building. Get one of these right here. I'm joking. All right. So as y'all can see, I'm in one of those rare moods. It shall be one of those nights, one of those podcasts where I will be having a good time. Anyway, so you said nothing interesting, Keith?
No, not for me, man.
Okay. What about you, K-Bun?
I don't know. This week, I don't know nothing other than, you know what I'm saying, putting in some extra work. I got a trip coming up soon for my birthday in April, so I'm getting excited about that, man. Heading overseas again, so I'm excited about that. You know, got to spoil the wife, got to keep her happy. So I'm actually gonna meet up with Jedi, so that's dope.
That's what's up.
I don't know if he's bringing his kid though, but I get a chance to meet up with him and his wife in April. So I'm looking forward to that.
Why my phone decides to do a reboot right now? Now, there was a guy in the comment section that I didn't get a chance to send a shout out to. He right there. Would y'all please tell me who he is?
Raging Banana DK, I believe.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, bro. So, as my phone reboots and calibrates itself, I shall not know who's in there. So, I'm going to let these guys let me know. As you jump in, I hope K-Bum and Keith informs a brother, because my phone is installing a system update right now. Didn't give me an option. Just took over. Anyway, so you going out of town to see Mr. Jedi, huh?
I'm not going out of town to see Jedi. I'm going to see him while I'm out of town. That's different now.
So you going to see Jedi, huh? That what you doing?
Expect to see.
I hope you tell him how you been treating that Switch. I'm gonna ask him too. Like your boy been just mistreating that Switch, man.
I just ain't been loving all alone it like you do. I ain't been.
I ain't about to love on it today.
Whatever, man. You done sent all the games back that we played, so I was playing with both of y'all until you sent all the games back.
I ain't sent no game back. I got everything me and you was playing. What you mean? Here. What we talking? Keith the one got rid of the game.
And I'm not even subscribed to this online. So
we gonna deal with that. I got a lot to say about that. But anyway, fellas, let's get into it. So what you been gaming on? Let's start with Mr. Norris, man. Since he up here jumping up. Who was that? Who was the guy you got there? Look like Shredder in blue and white clothes. Who was that?
Nah, man, that's All Might from My Hero Academia.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. That's right. Go ahead, bro. What you been gaming on, man?
Pretty much same old. I haven't beat anything. Still playing the same games. I do want to put in that Horizon Zero Dawn. I've been itching to play it. I have it on my computer desk, but I just haven't played it yet. Still got Spider-Man in the PlayStation 4 and what's the other game I was playing? But I still ain't beat it.
So Horizon Zero Dawn is on the PC too?
No. It's just on my computer desk.
Oh, it's on your computer. Okay.
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Since D2K is not here, I guess I'll go. Oh, my bad. K-Bun, what you been gaming on, bro?
Boy, the hate is strong with you today. The hate is strong with this brother today. You must have saw the Sony title on the cover of the podcast.
That's not no
he
hate.
He got
right
himself ready with the hate.
Nah, never that. No, that's not what I'm going in on. But we ain't got to what you been gaming on segment yet.
Oh no, yeah. Well, you already stirred up a nice pot of hate before the podcast. put a nice look. Put some gumbo on the pot with some of that. But it's all good. We'll get to it. What I've been gaming on. So I tried a Division demo, right? So
the Division, that's right.
Yeah, okay. The Division 2. You know, okay. So I wasn't gonna play it because I played the mess out of the first Division. Level head down. I played the mess out of
the beta. You played the beta, right?
Yeah, the beta. Yeah, the beta.
Okay.
So I wasn't gonna play it. My buddies got on there and said, "Hey, you need to try it out. You need to play it." So reluctantly, I got on there and I played it. And so I played it the first day, and I'm sorry, I was bored out of my mind, man.
This guy.
I couldn't, man. I played it with them, and they're excited. They're going over there looting stuff, and oh man, let's just go get this new gear, and oh man, there's a gun box that's gonna give us a slightly better gun than what we have already. Oh, let's run over here. Let's shoot these sponge people. Let's just do this stupid mission. And I couldn't, man. I played with them because of my boys, man. We ain't played in a while together, especially in Division. But I was bored, man. I was done. I realized I can't do this anymore, man. I can't do Division. I just can't. So
is that bad, man?
Can I before you say how bad it is, can I ask you what type of Division player are you? And I ask you that because it can get real nerdy. The Division can get real nerdy and trying to put together the right armor with the right gun.
I'm not that dude.
Okay, so
that's why I'm not that guy, man. Like I don't have time to sit here and look at the percentage numbers. If I switch to this gear, but if I put this attachment on here, I get a 2.5% bonus to my spread. But if I use this
so it's too
attachment,
meticulous.
well, the thing is so the Division. One thing you have to understand about Division, it is a loot game. So people who play like Diablo, you know what I'm saying? Like to me, this is not The Witcher as far as the loot game. This is Diablo, and it's all about the loot. The same thing Destiny became after a while. It was just about the loot, and you know, and I like the first Division. Let's say that the first Division I played because of the story. That's why I played the first Division. It was the story that got me. That made me want to play, and the graphics and the way it looked. I wanted to learn all about the story, and it was beautiful. But the grindy part, the search for better guns or a slightly better weapon or a chest plate that has these attributes, I couldn't get into it. I'm not an RPG type of guy. The grindiness in the game, I just can't do it. So yeah, man, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I agree, man. There's a lot of dedication to that, and it's like, do I really get anything in return? And I can see your point. It's like, I did all of this, but I don't get really nothing out of it.
So. Okay. Welcome to the show, Sim Zim.
Oh, Sim Zim. Yo, what's up, homie?
Okay,
yeah,
so all right. I mean, but you seem like you enjoyed the original Division a lot.
I enjoyed the story, man. Like I was the guy that when the little telephone conversation would pop up, I would actually go to it and listen to the conversation so I could understand more about the world I was in. You know, I'm the kind of person that when I play Mass Effect, I listen to the whole conversation. When I'm playing, The Witcher that I haven't finished, you know, I listen. I stay for the whole thing.
Real slick.
Yeah, I know. To me, it's the story that keeps me coming.
We got smashed, bro.
You know, for those type of games, it's the story. And you know, I'm not a grindy type of person. I don't like grindy games. Like I get bored, and so that's why I'm done with that. I can't. I'm not going to get it, and it scares me about Anthem because Anthem may end up being the same thing. So that Division. That's why I didn't buy Division 2. Not Division. Sorry, Destiny. I never bought Destiny 2, and so those games they just I can't.
Hold up.
It's called congratulations. You
Lurking Goo, you starting this again? Are you on this again? Welcome to the show, bro.
Dang, he came in with the fire.
Get over here, man. You don't want none of this anyway. Welcome to the show. He already talking stuff. I don't want to see him ducking him and all this stuff. I said his friend code. What, you sent me your friend code? You did? Okay, you got to send it to me in this live chat. You might not want to send it to me private, and I'll get it. Do that. Or find me on Twitter, go to Levelhead, and send it to me there. And then we'll get it up on that smash. You know what I'm saying? Nothing, man. We on these games, bro. He said, what's good, fellas? We on these games, man. We're on these games. So I'm getting some feedback somewhere.
Yeah, I think somebody mute herself.
Yeah, I think it might be Keith. So let me go into what I've been gaming on. And that's absolutely nothing. But I was going to try to today. And I turned on my Switch. And the thought came to me, hey, Levelhead, you haven't been on the Nintendo online service in a long time. Let's see what new video games they have up from the NES. Maybe they got some good quality titles that you might want to give a try. So I went on there. And it began to show me what I had new in the list of options to play, right? And as I began to investigate and to look through this list of games, I noticed that there was a lot of repeating games, a lot of special going on here. I'm like, what are all these special titles? And then I noticed that I had a special too, like Metroid was on here originally, and then again as a special version of Metroid, then another special version of Metroid. So I have come to the conclusion, Lurking Goo, you asked me what I'm on. This online service from Nintendo is trash. I'm gonna need y'all to unmute yourself real quick. This is some trashy service. I didn't think I would ever really get to saying it's not worth $20. But it is not worth $20. It should be given to each and every one of us for free $99. I mean, anything above that is a ripoff and should be illegal. What you have to say, Keith?
But it's only $20. It's cheap. Remember that? How people were saying it's only $20, bro. It ain't about how much it costs.
Liquor Goose said level is a special customer. Consumer. No, you ain't getting away with that.
We got smashed.
It's called congratulations.
No, level, you ain't getting away with that. Anyway, man, look, I tried. I'm telling you, how long has this service been? This service has been available for how many months now?
Since like September or something like that. No, it was this year.
It was this year.
It was September, wasn't it?
No, it was September.
Was it last year?
Yeah, I thought it was last year.
All right, so have y'all looked at how many titles is actually there from then to now?
I think we can look at that.
Yeah, I think it's maybe 20 something titles, maybe a little more than that. And 8 of the titles are duplicates. So it might be 25, 30 titles. 8 of them are duplicates. 2 of them, you got Metroid Prime, you got Metroid 3 times. They rolling out new games, Keith and K-Bum, and they roll out a 3rd Metroid game. As if the special version that they just gave you was so exciting that you won't spend the 2nd special version. Maybe I want a different NES title that you ain't gave me yet. Maybe I don't want Dr. Mario 2, the special Dr. Mario, the special version.
Wasn't it only one Metroid that came out for the NES?
Right, but they released another version that's got special aspects to it. That I don't know if it's in the saving or how some of the special. I don't know what is really what's making it special. But like you got Ninja Gaiden and you got a special Ninja Gaiden. You got Blaster Master, then you got a special Blaster Master. You got Dr. Mario, then you got a special Dr. Mario. The game is the exact same game. You got a Metroid, a special Metroid, and then a special Metroid 2.
Gosh.
It's dude, it is absolutely pathetic, and it killed my desire to play. So I didn't play anything this week because once I saw that, I made the video and put the Switch back on in the dock and turned off my TV and walked out my bedroom. So I haven't played my Switch. I haven't played any video. I told you I've been updating the music and doing that. So I've been down here more. And so I haven't really been gaming. I've been doing a lot of music stuff. So I was like, man, let me jump on, man. I ain't played no video games in a while. How can I have a podcast talking about video games? And it's been about a week and a half, 2 weeks since I really actually played anything. So let me jump on here, man. Oh, let me check out the online, man. They ain't been on here. I'm pretty sure they got some new titles coming up. And it forced me to put it down and get mad at it and make a video and rant about it. So yes, I'm telling you, do not buy, do not purchase, do not give them your $20. Go to Burger King, go to McDonald's, Wendy's, Jack in the Box. Go somewhere where you and your wife, go to Applebee's and get the 2 for $20. Do something. Don't give your money to Nintendo. And y'all better pray. Get on your knees and for once in your life, send a prayer up that they put that Xbox online. And y'all better pray that rumor is true, because what Nintendo is doing right now is some bull crap. And if they getting over on us, and there is no excuse. The fact that the Wii U and the Wii had better online service than the Switch, and both of those services were free, is just glaring against the Switch and what Nintendo is doing with the online for the Switch. The Wii had better service than this. The Wii U online service was better than this. You can go talk to your friends and communities on the Wii U. You can go into the Miiverse and do all that and then live chat, video chat, all that for free.
So funny. Rage and Banana says it's a cheap Chinese buffet.
Something, man. Something, bro. Welcome to the show, Tiger King. So I'm off my rant. That really bothered me. I felt like, man, what in the world is this company doing when it comes to this online portion of this system? It really does not make sense. This would make sense for the Wii. What they doing right now would have made sense to me on the Wii. For the Wii to have a more developed online offering than the Switch that's literally 7, 8 years removed from it is terrible. And they charging folks for this junk. Now, like I said, I gave them a lot of months before I really said this is trash. I said I'm giving it a chance. I feel like we have given it a chance. This is trash.
So let me jump on this. So
go ahead.
Seeing what you see with the Nintendo Online, knowing what you know, do you think Nintendo had any plans to do online for the Switch? I'm like, I just don't understand how you can make a system in 2017 and don't have a plan on how you're going to accomplish online services. It's like online gaming is not a thing. Like it's 1999 I heard or something. Or I don't get it.
Dark Sun like my sprinkle me line in my video. You know, E40 sprinkle me. Yeah, they sprinkling them titles on the to the online. But no, K-Bum, to your point, man, it seems like if I just look at what's there, it does seem like Nintendo did not put any real focus on the online service. That's why it took so long to roll it out. They literally probably didn't work on it. I mean, Keith, you correct me. I don't know. It feels like Nintendo had no real direction with the online. It's like, oh, let's take what we was doing into the classics, and since everybody was so into the classics, NES, let's roll those titles out, but let's do it like this to stretch this out and cover up the fact that we ain't really ready. Let's roll 2 or 3 games out a month. But then as you roll out them 2, 3, 4 games, 2 of those games is games you already had. Dude, it got to the point that out of 4 games, 2 of them for the last 2 months have been special editions of a former game that they just gave you a month before.
Man, this is a classic case of Nintendo wanting to do something different and didn't need to. They should have just done like everybody else done it, just do that online that way. I think they were trying so hard to be like, okay, how can we Nintendo this up? Oh, we can make it cheaper. We can do this, we can do this. It's like, dude, if what people are already doing, what Sony and Microsoft are already doing isn't broke. And just screwed it up by trying to be completely different and it wasn't necessary this time. And then I feel like it's coming back to bite them.
It's doing, dude, bro. They what they putting on mobile phones, the offerings that they giving to mobile phones is better than this stuff.
Right.
I mean, I was just reading, I think Tiger King, one of his comments. Yeah, they bought that company, but they seem like that company is focused on what they doing on the mobile phone stuff. I don't think they the ones doing, I'm getting some feedback. I think it's you, Keith. I don't think they doing the online services for the Switch. At least if they are, I'm not aware of it. I could be wrong. DNA, that's the name of them. Thanks, Raging Banana DK. You changed your name? I thought it was Raging Bull. Anyway, maybe I'm tripping. But yeah, you're right. DNA is the name. So I don't know, man. But right now, dude, this service is not worth $20. And that's really sad to say that because $20 is not a lot. I can't even feed my babies at McDonald's on $20. Like, they look at me like, this is it? This all you give me, Dad? I don't get another order of fries. I don't get no Happy Meal. I can't get them Happy Meals for $20. I'd be a few dollars short. That's literally how cheap this is, and it ain't worth that. This is not worth 4 Happy Meals, people. No, it's not worth 2 double, what them doggone burgers called them, McDoubles, and 4 value fries and a ice cream and a soft drink. The Switch online service is not even worth that. That's sad, bro. That is sad. No passes from me. This system is trash. Not the system. This online service is trash. It does not match the success of the Switch, and Nintendo needs to fix this ASAP.
Dollar menu online service.
What'd you say?
I said dollar menu online service.
That's what it feels like, bro. This is value menu. Hey, you want that Mario? Give me that Mario and that old Metroid Prime game. That'd be $3. No, I don't want this trash. Give us some real. If you gonna charge me for this, at least put Super NES titles on there.
Right.
At the very least, that might make it worth the $20. Because the online aspect, the voice chat, trash. The voice chat is trash on there. The games you put on there is trash. The online service, as far as the way stuff, like I play Smash on there, that ain't a good experience online. So that's trash. Mario Kart always good. This server is not worth $20. It's really not. The NES titles they putting up there is not worth $20. I'm sorry. I just put it out there.
And to be honest, the games like the free to play games, Fortnite. What's that one that we was trying to play?
Paladins.
Paladins, but it was another one that we was
Warframe.
Warframe. Man, just play them games. If you go on the Switch, just play them free to play games.
Right. You're right. I agree totally with you, bro. Like you better off just sticking with Paladins, Fortnite, Warframe, and hopefully they bring what is it? Legends. What's that one?
Apex Legends.
And hopefully they bring that. You better doing that than buying this service. This service is trash. Yeah, I thought them games was the stuff in the 80s, but guess how old I was? I was 9, 10 years old, and this was the first true video game system we ever had, bro.
We thought those graphics was lit. We talking about
looked like real life back then, bro. What you talking about? I thought I saw him breath coming out his nostrils back then, bro. No, man.
So it's funny to me also how they're doing, even with the free games you get with the system, because it's funny because emulators have been doing these old school games multiplayer online for years now. Like that's not nothing new. Be able to play these old school games online with multiplayer. It's just I don't know, man. It's just I refrain from commenting. Because I'm already titled the Nintendo hater, so
no hate right here, bro.
I let you guys have your fun at it. I'm gonna sit back and just watch the show.
All right, so I'm done. I'm off my little rant, my little soliloquy there. So let's move on to these topics. We had an original title that today a conversation changed it. So let's get on to this Pokemon stuff. And let's just run through this because we like a day late and 2 cents short. That's how behind we on this topic. But a lot of folks is upset and felt very underwhelmed by the Pokemon Sword and Shield announcement. Primarily the graphics. They felt like the graphics look like a 3DS version upscaled for the Switch rather than a true from ground up created Pokemon mainline title, 8th gen title. So I know K-Bum ain't really probably big on this topic. So I'm gonna offer him an opportunity to chime in and give his, his little bit, and then I'll throw it at you, Keith. So K-Bum, did you see and we ain't gonna stay here long because I want to get to our main topic. Did you see the Pokemon 6 to 7 minute Nintendo Direct?
You asked me, I see a Nintendo Direct.
Okay, see, there you go.
No, I'm just.
But we got Smash Bros though.
Don't do me like that, man. I got you.
I'm just making sure that if that's what you're saying, to ask me if I watched the Nintendo. No, I didn't.
You watch? Okay.
I didn't watch the Nintendo.
Did you see any videos pertaining to this game?
Yes.
Okay, so you basically saw the Direct if you watched any video talking about it. You saw the Direct. so because I didn't see the Direct and I saw a video, and when I went and watched the Direct, I was like, well, I seen everything in the 2 minute video. I didn't even watch this 6 minutes when everything was in the 2 minute video. Mad at the Direct. So anyway, well, what's your thoughts, K-Ball?
About the game?
Yes.
It's Pokemon. I mean,
You gotta catch them all.
You say what?
You gotta catch them all.
You gotta catch them all. I mean, I don't. I don't know. So I mean, so I don't have a. So I will admit, I love the N64 version of Pokemon.
What?
I never. You didn't know that?
Wow.
No, I played the crap out of it. I didn't have a 64, but I played it.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, and I used to play the Game Boy versions of Pokemon. I used to play Pokemon. This this new news to y'all? Is this new? Okay, anyway. No, I enjoyed Pokemon. I played the crap out of Pokemon, especially on emulators, because I never owned a Game Boy or 64.
Thief! Go ahead.
Never owned either one, but I did play them. And looking at the graphics of this game, I mean, it looks standard for Nintendo. I mean, colorful. I mean, not mind-blowing graphics, but not bad graphics. I mean, I don't think the graphics are bad. I don't think they're mind-blowing, but it's a Pokemon game. You're not how are you gonna look? I mean, I don't have an issue with the look of the game. Because to me, it fits the palette for people who are going to play Pokemon.
I am not buying nothing.
It's called congratulations.
I'm not buying nothing.
What you talking about?
Dude, you ain't been honest, man. You know I know you, bro. This is loaded.
No, man, it's the Pokemon.
K-Bomb. This game looks okay.
No. It looks trash. But I'm just saying.
Wait a minute.
I'm just saying for what you're trying to get out of it is fine. It's Pokemon. You're not looking for a technical, advanced looking game. Yeah, you're not trying to. You know what I'm saying? You're not counting the pixels. You're not looking. Oh my God, that grass looks so real. That's not what you're doing.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that.
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not
okay.
But my eyes aren't.
But
bleeding.
It's trash looking though, huh? I caught that.
There's some texture issues here. There's some.
Let me ask this:
some texture here.
Would you say Breath of the Wild? And I know you had some issues with the visuals and some aspects. Would you say that Breath of the Wild looked like trash?
Breath of the Wild was the reason why I got the Switch. Wanted the Switch. Let me say that.
Okay.
Was Breath of the Wild. I thought it looked great. There were some issues.
All right.
With it,
okay,
but I thought Breath of the Wild was a. It still looks good. I saw some trailer, the 2-year anniversary of it. And I saw a trailer, and I'm like, wow, that game still looks really good.
Okay, so if you was comparing the visuals from this game to Breath of the Wild,
Breath of the Wild killing it.
Okay,
Breath of the Wild still killing it, even though don't look too closely at the rocks in Breath of the Wild. The boulders, them things, textures are flat.
Hey,
but other than that, it looks good.
And before I throw it over to you, Keith, dealing with what K-Bum was saying, I wasn't gonna say anything, and I felt like folks was being a little over the top. But I had to send a shout out to Active Gamer Life after sitting and watching and listening to him and watching stuff he pointed out, and then what's his name? The Emperor. I had to pause because at first I was like, people tripping. And I'm thinking, y'all can hold the salt. Y'all tripping. It ain't that bad. But I really wasn't, like I said, I watched it on my phone. I really wasn't watching it and paying attention to what I was looking at. This game, from a visual, graphical standpoint, is way beneath where it should be for a Switch title. And for a Pokemon title, supposed to be the first entry into a home. Well, you know, the Switch is considered a hybrid console, so both a home and handheld. So for a home console with that level of power at your disposal, this game should be at the very least comparable to Breath of the Wild, in my opinion. And it's nowhere near it. And that, to me, Nintendo doesn't deserve a pass. Not Nintendo, but who Game Freak, is that what they call? What's the name of the Pokemon creators?
Oh man, I couldn't tell you.
Is it Game Freak?
It's Game Freak. I thought so. Game Freak doesn't deserve a pass. This is literally what, matter of fact, Nintendo did it better when they took Mario 3D World from the 3DS and brought it up to the Wii U. That transition was that Mario looked good, even though it really was a 3DS game. Just like Captain Toad is a 3DS game for real. Just brought over to the Wii U. There's no way that they should be bringing this title over to the Switch, and it looks like it's 2 steps outside of the 3DS. I mean, it is a bad looking game. There ain't no excuse for that. None whatsoever. Go ahead, Keith.
All right, so I did step away. I didn't hear on K-Bon's response. So
K-Bon was being facetious. Go ahead.
So Pokemon, I was a huge fan of Pokemon, the TV show with Ash and Misty and what's his name? Brock. I don't know. Brock. I think his name is Brock.
Yeah, there's Brock.
I was a huge fan, but I never got into the card games. And I never got into the video games. One, because I didn't have a Game Boy at that time. And even when I did finally get like a DS and a Game Boy Advance, I still didn't play them. So for me, I don't have any like feelings toward this. But after watching the Direct, I was like, that didn't help me or make me want to go out and get this game. It's like, you know, when we first saw Pokemon Let's Go, Eevee, and Pikachu, everybody was like, don't worry, just wait until the real Pokemon game comes, blah, blah. Well, it's here, folks. And I'm still not impressed. I still don't want to play it. I'll look at it, though, because like I said, I've never played a Pokemon game. I will look at it.
Me either.
I'm not going to be ignorant to it.
You guys never played Pokemon?
Pokemon Snaps. When I was managing Blockbuster, they had to send some in there. I played that, but no, I ain't never played Pokemon.
So I played more Pokemon than both of you guys?
Let me rephrase.
You played Yu-Gi-Oh, K-Bub. You played Yu-Gi-Oh, bro.
Hey, that's the past, bro. Don't do that.
I'm going to rephrase. I never played a mainline Pokemon game like the 2-card games. I did play, it was one on GameCube, and then I think the one K-Bub was talking about Pokemon Stadium.
Yep. Stadium.
I think I played Stadium too. It was Stadium too, or am I tripping?
Yeah, it was Stadium. You're right.
Okay. But anyways, but the graphics, like, they look like the show, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, at first, like I said, the models didn't look bad to me at first. It wasn't until people that I respect and hold their opinion. I value their opinion. I take their opinion. I don't take their opinion with a grain of salt. And I had to give it to Active. I say Active one could kind of convince me to really go back and look at some of these textures. And it was the one he pointed out when the dude was walking into the stadium and the textures of his shoes. And I didn't pay no attention to it. Now I noticed all the foliage in the grass.
Yeah, I did know the texture on his shoes was. I saw that, man. That was so bad.
Right, man. So I'm looking at the grass and the foliage, and I'm like, well, you know, look pastel. It looks like they're going for this look intentional. I can see some aspect I really thought was nice looking. And when the girl kind of stood up and looked at her clothes, I was like, hey, that don't look too bad. And then if she began to run around like, this don't look too bad for a Pokemon game. But then when I start listening to people who actually play Pokemon or know something about it or have a certain expectation, begin to point out the issues and the expectation. Because I'm not buying Pokemon. I mean, this game would have to be crazy killer for me to go out and buy a Pokemon because I'm not in it. I just ain't into it. Never been into the TV show, which we got to talk about Detective Pikachu and this promotional. Nintendo got the promotion down pat. But after they pointed all that stuff out and Emperor came out with his first, and I was like, man, is he tripping? And then Active came out and said what he said, and I was like, wow, well, let me go look at this again, man. And I watched it and I really looked at what they were saying. I'm like, yeah, Level, you got to go ahead and hold off on the video you was going to make. Because I was going to tell everybody to hold the salt. Like, bro, stop crying over this game. It's a Pokemon game. But nah, this ain't what they should. This game should be way more graphically stimulating. And it really
this ain't it.
Nah, this ain't it, bro. This would have been good. This would have been good on the Wii U or the Wii, not the Switch. You know, they got to do better. And maybe, and I don't think they will, maybe they might fix all this and it might turn out to be better looking than what we thought because Breath of the Wild turned out to look better than some of the visuals we saw early on. So things could change. I don't know.
They got to be more risky, though. I mean, they were very risky with Zelda. They were kind of risky with Mario. This is safe, and I've never even played one, but this looks very safe. Like,
yeah, it's safe. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, Keith. The truth said, did any one of y'all see the Sonic leak? Yes. Trash.
you talking about that Sonic that looked like it needs to be put to death?
It's called congratulations. You played yourself.
He ran off. He ran off.
Because that thing looked hideous.
Like it was on crack.
Yes, bro. It looked terrible.
Like Tyrone Biggums was gonna come around and Ashy is it Ashy Larry?
Hey man, you got some of them rings?
That looked hard. So Sega does not know what to do with Sonic, man. It's just obvious that they don't know, and they trying to catch the buzz of all these games becoming movies, and they just ain't doing it. But I'm gonna tell you this though, Pokemon Detective Pikachu looks dope to me. I'm sorry, I gotta say it. The movie looks dope, people, and this is gonna put Nintendo, and that's why the graphics gotta be better for this game, because that movie is gonna do a lot for this current generation, these new kids that's on the block. I know I don't mean to say it like that, but that's the only way I can say it. New kids on the block.
Look it up.
They might not know what I'm talking about. But what's up, video game her?
Hold on. I think we gotta address something in the building real quick.
Yeah.
We gotta address something real quick because video game her, what's up, girl? I ain't say nothing bad about Nintendo, so don't come flaming me. Anyway, no, but we have to address what my man True said. My man True just said, the unpopular opinion, Sonic was never a good game, period.
Okay, I would say after playing Sonic Mania, I can't agree with that. I can't agree with it because Mania is fun.
Oh, okay. You're different.
I said I can't agree with it. Mania is fun, and Mania is based off of the original Sonics, so that's not true. But When they tried to tip over into 3D, that stuff was trash. Slap yourself.
I agree.
You agree with who?
I agree with Truth, man. Listen, that very first Sonic game was trash. He was so slow. He didn't have the. It was trash, man. Listen,
I never played the first one. Really, I played the second one.
Go back and play that first Sonic game. It was trash. So the second game was a definite improvement. But what I don't like is the layers, the top layer, middle layer, and bottom layer of Sonic games. To me, that just gives me anxiety. I don't like that. Because I like collecting everything or experiencing everything in the level. And if I just got to run past stuff and this stuff, I don't want to do that. But then that's the point. There's nothing in the Sonic game that you want to get. There's nothing in a Sonic game that you want to get. There ain't no secret. There's no.
Let me ask this: since we're talking about Sonic and trying to throw Sonic under the bus, we got this trashy online offer from Nintendo, and them games were probably the hits back in the day. But I don't like playing none of them, except for Tecmo Bowl. I do like Tecmo Bowl, and Donkey Kong is all right. Original Mario is good. Well, I can see, yeah. Sonic is trash outside of the second one.
Oh Lord, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, Sonic is sorry. You don't have to be sorry, K-Bon. Sonic's sorry. No, for everybody.
Sonic is not a trash game. It's the original three. Because I still love Sonic and Tails. When you can actually slightly control the second character. I mean, that I enjoy that.
But you can slightly barely control Sonic. What you mean? Come on, bro.
Oh, congratulations.
Stop it, man. You wasn't at that stage. You was watching Sonic roll. Stop it, man. It was just cool seeing him shake his finger and look like Michael Jackson in the music. The game was visual candy. You didn't control none of them. 60% of the game was you be like, wow, look how fast he's rolling and he's loop-de-loops. And when by the time he stopped, you lose all your coins because I gotta go back to try to control this dude. No, man, no. Right. Now we can't say these were really good games, but I won't say them games suck because I like Sonic Mania, but not because it's such a great game. I just like the music. I like the music and everything.
As a platformer, it wasn't good either.
No, it wasn't a good platform.
I mean, what was it good at? Attitude?
Yeah, that's my point. Attitude is what made them cool.
I enjoy Sonic, so you can take that wherever you want there.
Okay, so let's keep this thing going. So we got to move on, but I want to say this: Detective Pikachu is going to be a mega hit. That movie's going to be a hit, man.
You mean Detective Deadpool?
Hold on.
He can at least try to change his voice a little bit. He ain't have to sound exactly like Deadpool.
I mean, Will Smith not gonna change his voice as the genie.
Let's talk about that. All that backlash.
Don't, Keith. Don't. I was having a good day.
All right. So to keep us on track, because we know how we can get off, we got to get. What was another one? Keith, we gonna table that one topic with Bioware and EA because I feel like we need to let that develop a little bit more.
All right.
Let's get on to the main topic because I want us to thoroughly talk about because I think this is a good topic. So today, I'm ready, man. I'm ready for this topic. So earlier today, K-Bum informed us of a situation going on with his company of choice, the Sony PlayStation, and the fact that their games will be able to be played on the go via the Apple iPhone. And what is the service called again, K-Bum? What is the service again?
Remote Play.
Hush it up. We don't want to hear about that. Oh, let's play it. Go ahead, man. What is it called?
Hey, boy, you ain't The Rock. Calm down with all that.
What is it called?
Remote Play.
So Remote Play, right? So now, and this started off being exclusive to the Sony line phones, and
The Vita and the Sony line phones.
Okay, the Vita and the Sony line phones, but see, neither survived long enough to make it viable. They moved it over to Apple products, and now
first they moved it to the PC and the Mac.
Oh, okay,
PC and Mac, correct.
Okay, get the steps together. What else?
Get it all together. Move it to
PC and Mac. What else? No Windows.
And
Windows, Mac.
2016.
2016.
And then now that they're putting it out there on the iPhones.
iPhone, okay. Android in there anyway? We got any Android? Get over here.
The only Androids is the Sony exclusive phones.
Okay, so you heard all that dribble. K-Bum just loaded out for you. We got to where we want to get to. So Sony has this new on-the-go ability to allow you to take your games on the go via the Apple iPhone.
This 4.5-year-old new technology.
K-Bum, why you so defensive, man?
And a half.
Come on, K-Bum, you're showing your colors.
New. Get out of here.
Stop raising your Sony tensions, man. All right, so the thing we have to talk about here, me and Keith and K-Bum is here to have a distinguished, fair, and balanced.
Man, you got sound like Fox News. You don't get out of here with that bull.
Conversation, and this is what the title is for. So let me explain the title. Me and Keith, in reading the article, said, I wonder what's sparking this, and we both surmised that maybe, just maybe, the success of the Switch might be inciting or influencing this move to Apple and get mobility going for Sony. K-Bum says, how can something that was already in development be influenced by something that came afterwards? And I said, maybe it wasn't direct influence, but indirect. And the success is making them be more urgent about getting it out now when they might have not been so urgent to do it had the Switch not been as successful as it has, which led us to what we're about to talk about now. Are Sony copycats, or do they lack faith in the ideas that they have in development? Or, for K-Bum's sake, neither. What I mean is, Sony is known to have ideas in development before other companies roll that similar idea out. Henceforth, the Wii and the remote and nunchuck. Sony had motion control in development. We saw the iToy and all these different things. They supposedly had a motion control like the Wii in development, but they did not roll it out until after Nintendo found success with the Wii and motion control. So that's where the lack of faith. Are they not willing to take the risk and gamble on the idea and wait, and do they wait for other companies to make the idea successful before they follow suit with their similar idea? Or are they just copycats, meaning they saw what Nintendo, see what Microsoft or what other company is doing and just mimic what they do? Or are they neither of these? Or could they be both of these? So, since I've gotten all that out, K-Bum, I'm going to throw it to Keith and let him chime in a little bit. Go ahead, Keith.
Boy, the hate is strong with this one, boy.
Well. Watson, as I gather all of my information and I try to conclude this matter, one could easily say that they're copycats. But more evidence is always presented later that they were thinking about these things. They had these things, but I had an idea. Now listen, what if, and this is what we were talking about in the chat, people. What if there was someone out there who was selling their idea and decided to go to each and every single one of those companies, meaning Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft. And they decided, hey, we want you to use our technology. And Sony says, nah, we don't want it. They go to Microsoft and they say, nah, we can do better. And Nintendo says, we've been thinking about this. We should go forth with this. 2 years later, Sony comes out with information that said, hey, we were already thinking about this. No. You waited till I made it successful. You cannot do that. There's no money that's going to... Oh, man. No, but seriously.
Well said, my brother.
Well said. Oh, no. But no, I think that somebody, or they're selling these technologies to all of them and they all know about them. So it isn't like Sony was just so original that they were coming up with some grand ideas. Now, I do think that they do take those ideas and make them their own. And I think maybe Nintendo, let's just take the Wii remote and nunchuck. I think Nintendo took it and went ahead and did it, but there was more technology to it, and that's why you see the Sony PlayStation 1 is a lot better technologically than the Wii remote. But I think the idea was already presented to all of these companies. So that's what I think.
That's good. That's a good take. Okay. we got Keith's take, and we ain't done with this. We just laying out our sides of the conversation. K-Bomb, would you tickle our intellectual stimuli? I don't know what to say. I'm messing this all up. Man, go ahead and come in with your stuff, bro.
Man, I have the time to no accent up in here, man.
I could be like, hey, buddy, they just tell us what you're gonna do there, bud.
I don't got no time to be up here jollying up, having no accent about no comment. I'm just gonna give it to you K-Bomb style. How about that?
All right.
So I'm gonna start off with this. All companies are copycats. I'm gonna start off and lay the ground right there. I'm going to lay it right there, and then I'm going to prove my point. All right. So many guys, some of you guys know, a lot of you guys probably know. Me and Level go way back, and the whole reason why
yourself, you 2 weeks ago, bro. Don't act like
me and Level go way back. And what you guys don't know is you may know how I actually got into doing the podcast. And that was our furious back and forths of conversations of
straight
me.
Talk.
No, before Straight Talk. We used to go back and forth on Twitter. And
that's
then
right.
It'll be a 3-hour long phone conversation. And then you
3 hours?
It was about 3 hours, bro. It was
one time,
1.5 hour sessions.
I got you.
All right. And so during one of these sessions, we were talking about how original Nintendo was. And what we found out is that I feel like Maury and the information shows that was a lie. So even when you go all the way back to the beginning of Nintendo, when you look at even Mario, not Mario brother, Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong. That Donkey Kong was a ripoff of a different game. You can go back,
Papa. You
can go back and look at it and see that even the flagship game for Nintendo was stolen. It looks exactly like Donkey Kong. If you don't believe me, please go and look at it for yourself. That even the fathers of the originator copied the idea from somebody else. And I'm using that basis to base that.
What's the name of the game that they copied, though? I just in case folks want to go
I don't know
back.
exactly the name of the copy. I got to go back to Wikipedia.
Oh, you talking about Donkey Kong?
I don't remember the name of the game.
Donkey Kong, King.
Yeah, it was. Well, it goes like this.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I thought it was Papa.
Nintendo did not want to pay for the rights who was it? Was it Popeye?
I thought so.
Yeah, they didn't want to pay for the rights of Popeye, so they made their own version of that game. So
they copied it and made their own version, right?
they didn't want to spend the money.
And they copied it and made their own version. All right. Okay. Cool.
But then they make. Hold on, I'm finna do some research. You do it.
Thank you, sir. All right. So when you go back, like all these companies do it. All these companies they borrow from each other and they make it better. So I will say I'm not going to say Sony does not copy. There have been places where they have shown that they will copy an idea or see something similar and try to recreate their own.
Hold on. Just real quick before we go too far. Popeye was actually made by Nintendo.
No, but that's not the same game. There is a game. You go back to Wikipedia and look at the game. There's a game that
released by Nintendo. Okay,
it wasn't a game that was released by Nintendo. They already agreed. He actually admit that he was inspired by this game, and I've done the research.
Miyamoto.
Yeah,
that's who made Donkey Kong. Miyamoto.
Yeah.
So it had to be Miyamoto. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So get back to the point. So, all right. So that a lot of these companies, that's what they do. That's how they grow. If they don't copy, they buy out, they steal, they do all those things. So I'm not going to go on record and say that Sony does not do the same thing. But I will say that not every idea is stolen from someone else. And even so, what I will say about even the conversation we're having here, we have a conversation about remote play. And what I feel is that it is being unfairly associated with something that it has nothing to do with. Now, what we will say that is that I will not say that remote play is original. I will not say that. Remote play is a play off of what Nintendo was doing with the Game Boy, where they were able to allow you to I forgot what game it was, but it was a game on Nintendo where you can use your Game Boy and I don't know if it was the
Zelda.
No, it was like a 4-player game or something like that. And
Zelda was that was it. Zelda the Four Swords.
Yeah, it's probably that then. And you can use the Game Boy stuff like that. And Sony
Game Boy Advance, it could be you can take it. Yeah.
Yep, and it's all that's pretty cool.
Now Dreamcast also did that, I think, at the time with their controller where you could take that little
the little memory card thing.
Right. So let's not forget about them.
Yeah, I agree with that. And so the remote play was based off of that. And remote play was already been done on the PS3. Not very well, but it had already been done. And then the PS4.
VMU, there you go.
You said what?
Raging Banana DK said what it was, the VMU. I think that's what the Sega
Dreamcast.
Yeah, the VMU.
Okay.
I think that's what it was.
And so to me, remote play was based off of that, and that's where it grew. And the fact that many years after this, they've been constantly improving upon that. And so my stance is, yes, I will say Sony is a little bit of a copycat. And I will say there are times when they are afraid to release their own ideas. I will say that. I can't go on record and say that's false. But what I will say is that I believe this conversation is being hijacked by the success of the Switch, which to me has nothing to do with what remote play is actually trying to accomplish.
Okay. All right. So you've heard Keith, you heard K-Bomb, so I guess it's time for me to give my take. After having this back and forth, I'm getting feedback from, I think you again, Keith, but if you mind muting us.
I'm out of there.
After having a conversation with Keith and K-Bomb, because I would originally have said that Sony are copycats. But again, every company in some form or fashion has copy. I don't believe that makes you copycats. It's smart business to copy what's working. That's why Nintendo needs to copy Microsoft and Sony on the online services. But we ain't going to talk about that. Now, so there's nothing wrong with copying when it makes smart business sense. But as I talked with Keith and K-Bum about this, I came to the conclusion that Sony lacks faith. Because, and I say this based on the fact that this is technology that they had in works for years and did not decide to rush it over or put it on the Apple product until now. Now, K-Bum says that they always had the intentions to. I can see with that, but the urgency to do it at the time that they're doing it is, in my opinion, influenced by the success of the Switch. Now, so I won't say they copycats. They can be copycats, but I won't say that they're copycats. I will say that they lack faith in their own ideas. Henceforth, motion controls, iToy. They clearly had the iToy before Microsoft had the Kinect. But they didn't really put any money behind really developing and really taking full advantage of what the technology can do. It was just a quick gimmicky thing that was out there. If you want to take advantage of it, really wasn't really pushed by Sony. Nintendo comes with the Wii. Motion controls takes off. Now let's look at what Sony did versus what Microsoft did. Microsoft took and copied the trend, which is smart business, but they did it their own unique, different way. They took and did the Kinect. They didn't do a remote nunchuck lookalike. They took a camera and really broadened and invested in that technology and rolled it out, and we got the Kinect. But Sony, like Keith said, began to leak out the idea that they had this already in development long before Nintendo was with the Wii and the Wii, but this is already something they was doing. But what they did was almost the exact same as what Nintendo did, just better. Now, my question is, why didn't you just improve on the iToy? But wait a minute. Then we get the PlayStation 4. And we get the Xbox One with the new Kinect. And let's look at what Sony is doing now. All of a sudden, iToy has been improved. Why? Because the Kinect seemed to be the next big thing to take over from what the Wii had done with motion controls.
And wrong.
I'm wrong? Okay, Bum. Come on, man.
Nope. The iToy was improved for VR.
K-Bum, they can tell you that. But the iToy was rolled out before they talked about their VR plans.
The iToy was improved. They were trying to get. Okay, you can roll with it.
All right, I'm just saying. iToy. Okay, are they using the iToy with virtual reality? Or are they using the Move controllers?
It's the headset for tracking.
Oh, so they do use it for tracking the headset. Yeah. Okay, I can see it on that aspect. But before we start hearing about motion controls, virtual reality and whatever they call that thing now, they should have left it VR, but they call, Morpheus, whatever they call it, but what they got it now, PlayStation VR. They rolled out for the PlayStation 4 to compete simultaneously with the Kinect, and they was doing the same stuff. Voice recognition and facial. Oh, wait, but you didn't do this on the PlayStation 3. You tried to do what Nintendo was doing with the remote because that was the hotness. But the Kinect became the hotness. Now, all of a sudden, now you invested in your iToy. See what I mean? I don't know. Is that just a lack of faith? Are you unwilling to take the shot and take the gamble and take the risk and prove the technology yourself? Or do you sit back and wait for another company to take the risk and make it hot and make it popping, and then all of a sudden you're trying to jump on the bandwagon of the hotness I believe it is a lack of faith in your own ideas
and
some copycat.
Sorry. And that's why every console game has a VR system. Wait, they don't? Wait. Every console does have a VR system? Wait.
They were into VR.
Wait. Only who announced it first? And who went out there and did it? Who put all the money behind their VR system? There are times.
Oculus.
No. I said console. I said home console. VR was already out there. Sony was not the first people to do VR. I wouldn't dare open my mouth to say that. I said home console. Okay, then we got Nintendo with the Virtual Boy. You know that's not real VR.
Come on. You said who's the first to put real money behind virtual reality?
Come on. We know
that. Bob, that's technically true.
Bro, you know how trash that was.
It was trash, just like the VR project with the Sony is trash.
No, it's not trash.
It ain't as trash as Virtual Boy, but it's trash.
It's not trash. If you actually read up and review people who review VRs, they actually say if you're not trying to spend a lot of money and you want a system to do VR, they actually recommend the VR for a low cost option. And was half of these people named K-Bun? I just want to know. I read. I go to the tech websites and I read this. Now, like I said, there are incidents where Sony does copy. Like I said, I will not disagree with that. But there are times when they do go out on a limb that it just doesn't even get close to being recognized. But I don't think they went out on let me set this up and I'll give it to Keith or back to you. I refute that. I don't believe Sony went out on a limb with VR. I think Sony just tried to be the first console to get it on their system. VR was already trending hard with Oculus and Valve. The Vive is it the Valve or Vive?
Oculus is Valve.
Valve.
Yeah, I'm talking about the other one was Oculus, and the other one was Valve, right?
Oculus is
HTC.
I'm talking about the two different Vive. There it is. Vive. So you had Oculus because we tried both of them. Remember, we had Oculus, then we have Vive. Now my thing is, Oculus had already started making virtual reality a very prominent conversation within the gaming industry. We might have didn't think it was going to come to a home console, but the technology and the ideal about it was becoming it was trending. Everybody was doing it, and then the cell phone started to add the virtual reality cheap little headsets. This was a thing in the industry. So it wasn't really a gamble for Sony to add virtual reality to the PlayStation 4 because it was doing it in the time where virtual reality was the end topic. But it didn't work because it didn't last.
But it did work. But it did work. They sold what they thought they were going to sell for the VR, and I believe a little bit more. For what they figured it to do, it did work. And you have to understand that putting the VR into a console is a much harder thing. These VR systems, what they require to be ran on them is very powerful graphic cards. And you're saying that, hey, in this system, I have to run this in a less powerful system. How do I make it work without making it sick? So they had to go through rounds and rounds of testing and all this in the game. So I think they took a gamble and they went out there and they put their money behind it. Yes, the atmosphere at that point in time was, hey, VR is cool. Let's try VR. But you still have to put the money, the resource, to build your own VR system from scratch. So
I get that.
You put your own money behind it, and then you put it out there for the world to see, and you ran with it, and you're still trying to promote it even now. It's not doing that.
Let me send this shout out.
It's not amazing, but they still promoting it.
Shouts out to Blue Boat. Welcome to the show. Also, the Trigger Man. So, okay. All right, K-Bug. And Keith, you got something to say, just let me know. I'm actually
about to dip out because I got to get out of here.
Okay, cool. I am not going to argue against them putting money behind the tech. But the argument ain't the argument to me. The argument is the timing in which they pulled the trigger to put the money behind it. And that plays into what I'm saying. They did not do it before virtual reality was being talked about as the next wave. They didn't do it when nobody was looking for virtual reality or was thinking about virtual reality. They did it when everybody and their mama was saying virtual reality is the next wave in gaming. Virtual reality is what we want. We want virtual reality. We hope one of these companies do virtual reality. Then you had Microsoft doing the HoloLens, and man, we hope that what was that typical? That's augmented reality. And so this Nintendo did it with the 3DS. They had augmented reality in a way you can look through and all that. They did not shoot the gun.
But Sony was already doing VR before the HoloLens.
Listen,
See, I understand your point.
Okay.
That they were not the first to run out there with VR, but that's not the argument I'm making. And yes, they did it in the atmosphere where VR was looked to be hot. But you have to understand, to make that decision to put VR on a console, you have to understand the risk that you take to do that. That's not just something you make just because it's cool.
I'm not saying that. I'm not disagreeing with that. What I'm saying is the risk is more calculated because you have information that says we can take this risk. Whereas
but ain't that what company's supposed to do?
No, but listen, but that's not the argument, K-Bub. The argument is this. It still points to a lack of faith. And I'll prove it by showing this. When Nintendo made the Wii, there was a total, absolute disruption of what we were doing in gaming. There was nothing to say this would work. There was nothing saying we want this. There was nothing saying, hey, this is the way we want gaming to go. They came out of left field. Everybody said it's the dumbest thing they should be doing. This ain't going to catch on. This ain't going to work. They did it anyway because they believed that it would. Sony didn't do that. Sony moved while the noise was saying it would work. That's the difference.
I got a question. I want to chime in real quick. Disruption is a wonderful word you just used. There's a whole study on things that disrupt industries and stuff like that, like Netflix and versus Blockbuster. That was a great word. Cable, I got a question for you. What has Sony come out with that wasn't already being talked about?
You say what again?
What has Sony come out with that hasn't already been talked about? There wasn't already a
conversation.
A conversation or interest already being like, did they say, oh, Sony just went out and did this? Have they ever done anything like that?
A $700 gaming system? Well, nobody talking about that.
It's called congratulations. You played yourself.
So they did do that. Now I will concede on. Now what they did do is add. You could say they was gambling when they put a disc, a DVD player.
That was because of the between them and Nintendo.
Right, but they still did the DVD.
But you also understand they did DVD, they did Blu-ray, they did CDs.
Yeah,
they pushed the technology. They pushed the Blu-ray technology and they pushed the DVD technology before they were even established mediums.
Right, they used the platform to push the tech, which you can now. That's to me, that is a gamble.
Yes.
But VR was not a gamble. VR was a very smart, seemingly, because it's still yet to be proven if it was actually.
Hold on. I don't know. I agree that they did do those things, but those are just smart business moves because that's something that they were already doing with DVD players because it's just bigger media than what the CDs were. It's like we can make bigger games. Blu-ray disc just means I can put more information on this disc. I just think it was just a natural thing. Now, granted, I think the PS3's Blu-ray player for the longest time was like the best one on the market.
Yeah, it was.
Even the ones you bought that was like $400, like, dude, go buy your PS3. I don't play games. Like, you stupid. But yeah, I just think it was a necessary thing. Like, oh, we can make bigger and better games.
But you have to understand that during both of those time frames, there was a fight for the medium.
Yes, I agree.
There was a fight for the medium, and so if you lose the fight for the medium, and this is what you make your games on, you have the potential to become the Walkman.
You know what decided the fight, don't you?
Was it PlayStation?
You know what won that war between HD disc and Blu-ray?
What's that?
I don't want to say on our podcast. The adult industry won that war.
I believe it.
Now, and y'all go. My villager came downstairs. Your friends down here, K-Bob. But what I was going to say, if you want to say what Sony to me gambled on was the sale processor, to me that was a gamble, and that's why it cost $600-something. Because that level of technology, because honestly, the sale processors to this day is still a beast.
It's still one of the powerful things. Yeah, agreed. That and the CD, because of that, when they came out with the CD drive with 3D graphics, everybody else had failed. The Jaguar was failing. The Sega Saturn was failing. A lot of those other guys who did CDs were failing and not making money. And the PlayStation came out there and pushed it because Nintendo didn't want to deal with them, and they created this monster. And so Sony did their own thing, and they wanted to go CD, so they went to CD market. That was a gamble because it wasn't the first. I don't think it was the first person with a CD. I thought Saturn was first, wasn't it?
No, I think that was this. Sega had an add-on for the Sega Genesis.
That was CD, right?
Yeah, Sega CD.
That's what I'm saying. Sega CD. That's what it is. Sega CD. Yeah. So Sony wasn't the first. But that died a horrible death, and so they take a risk that people have done this, have lost, but we're so sure in this console that we're going to make, we're going to do CDs anyway, and they made that decision. They went with it.
So I'm gonna say, getting back and trying to bring this to a close, I'm going to say that Sony is less of copycats, but they lack faith in technology that they were clearly working on, or like what Keith said, knew about. They didn't have the faith to put their money behind it and reacted or copied the success. So I would say all companies do this, and it's smart business. It was smart for Sony to copy the success of the Wii and make their own Wii remote. But I won't say they were copycats. I would say they lack faith to put their own devices and ideas out first. They sit back and they wait for another company to prove it. Then they capitalize on it and make it better.
And I would roll with the fact that they are careful with what they put out there, because you have to understand they were close to folding at one point during the PS3 lifetime. And so
say it again.
I said they were close to not being a thing anymore.
Oh, that's true.
During the PS3. And so I think that made them a little bit more careful going forward, because they went out there and they tried to be trendsetters and almost lost everything. And even the Sony, the other Sony brands were losing money as well. So
I'll say this. Go ahead, finish your point. I come back.
No, I'm just saying the final point, that I think that made them a little bit more careful, and I guess it made them a little bit slower on things.
I would say this. What's the PlayStation streaming service that they had that it might didn't work? It was a little too expensive. Was it PlayStation Now?
Let's say now it's still a thing.
Right, I'm talking about, but it ain't a hot thing. It's
No,
a thing,
but
that's
not them doing something new. They bought out the company.
But I know, but they introduced it to gaming first.
No, they didn't.
They did. Who's that?
No.
Who's first on that?
Streaming was already in.
I'm talking about the home consoles. Home consoles.
Hold up. How you gonna get the credit for home console for some of the game streaming? But when I say VR is a home console, I don't get credit for it. You know what? You something else. You something else.
You know what you did. You know what you did.
What I'm saying is, why I wouldn't give you VR is because the conversation around it was popping when they did it. What I'm saying with the PlayStation Now, it wasn't no real conversation around it when they brought it to home consoles. Now you look at it now, it would be different if they doing it because of what Microsoft is doing and making popular with the Microsoft pay to play. Or Play Anywhere. There it is. I think that's what it is. What is Microsoft's?
Game Pass.
Yeah, it's
called Congratulations.
I was all over the place with that. But Game Pass is basically what PlayStation was doing with PlayStation Now, right? Or similar, not better, but the same ideas. Or am I wrong on that? Am I
Game Pass is banned to play any game. What the streaming service is what is other companies are actually trying to do. That's what the future of Xbox is going to be, which is not pure, but mostly streaming. And actually, Nintendo is playing around with streaming with I forgot what game that is. What game is that? It's a recent game that you can only play in Japan streaming.
Oh, you talking about dang it. It was right on the tip of my tongue.
Right. That is what is the same thing as PlayStation Now.
Okay, like what Ubisoft put up there in Japan.
Yes.
Capcom kind of did it with Resident Evil.
Yep.
And
that's it.
And no, Ubisoft also did it with Odyssey. Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Because it's on Chrome. It's on Chrome or something like that.
Okay, so K-Bub, you say it's a little bit of both, but all companies copy. So you can't hold Sony. You can't call Sony copycats if all the other companies also do it.
No, I'm saying you can call them copycats. I'm just saying call everybody else copycats too.
Well, to me, that voids out calling them copycats. If everybody else is a copycat, then it's fair game.
They still copy.
Okay, all right.
They all still copy. I call them copycats. I call them sometimes afraid to go out with their own idea, and I call them sometimes to do something original. I call them all of them. I think at any point in time you can probably point to one of those things. I don't believe they're
just solely one.
Just solely one. There we go.
Okay. Keith, what's your verdict?
They're copycats. I mean, they are, and that's fine. But here's the thing: they're copycats, and they make it better. So if they weren't making it better, they were just copying for the sake of copying. It had to be tragic. But if they at least improve on the technology or the idea of what they're trying to copy from, so I give them kudos for that. But they're definitely copycats.
Okay.
Even all the way down to the controller, they're a copycat. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, I was gonna bring up the whole basically controller was basically the Super NES controller for every generation.
And
anyway, we won't do that.
And they are still the only ones who put the analog sticks where they put the analog sticks.
True. That's original.
Even everybody that says they don't like that, which I love it the way it is. They still refuse to move it.
I don't. Give me a 360 controller any day. And what about that touchpad? The gamepad. Never mind. Anyway, so
gamepad touchpad. Ooh, you just gonna keep going.
You know the touchpad was a response to the gamepad.
I don't know, man, because the Vita had a touchpad on the back.
It did.
Yeah,
it had a sensor pad on the back. It did, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't call it a touchpad though. No, I would say that they lack faith, which causes them to sometimes copy. So it's really a lack of faith because they might, and I think what Keith said was right on money. They got the pitch equally as all three companies might have. They didn't bite on the pitch, or they saw the technology, didn't bite on the tech, and Nintendo did, or maybe in some cases Microsoft did with Kinect, really improved it. And after they saw the success, they came out and bid on that success and with their own take on it. So that really makes you lack faith, and which causes you to seemingly copy. So that's my take on it. They lack faith, which causes them to copy. So they copycats who lack faith. Anyway, that's my take on it. They lack faith, man. And to me, I'd rather call them copycats than say they lack faith, but they lack faith. They ain't willing to take that gamble. They ain't willing to shoot that shot. They wait till somebody else
$5.99.
I said the cell processor. I did the cell processor. So, with that being said, we hope y'all enjoyed this. I enjoyed it. Had a good time. Was looking forward to talking to you guys. It's been we missed a lot, but hey, Pokemon wasn't really what I wanted to talk about. So I'm glad K-Bomb sent us that article because it really gave me something to talk about. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and sign out because I feel like we're in good timing. Starting with Mr. K-Bomb 20.
What's up, y'all? Enjoy the podcast outside of Levels Pure Hate. But other than that, it was a good podcast. Enjoy the chat, man. We had a lot of people show up today. I appreciate you guys coming through. Hope you guys enjoy the conversation. And wherever you guys go, hope you can go and have your little battles once you leave. But understand this. I saw a post on Twitter not too long ago that says you will enjoy gaming better once you remove your loyalty from these companies and just play games. So I'll just leave you guys with that.
Cool. Let me ask Tiger King. Yeah, man, you always want to go with the WAV file over MP3, man. WAV is always a better quality. I don't know if y'all had that down there. I see y'all talking about MP3 and iTunes. Make sure you get WAV files, man. That's a bigger file, but it's a way better quality file, better sounding, better quality sound. Because when I bust out music from Pro Tools or bust over music from Studio One, you want that mug in WAV if you're going to perform it anywhere or want to listen to it, but you got to have a little storage space to play it at that level. That's my opinion. MP3 is cool too. If that's all you got, either one will work, but WAV is better. I don't know if that's what you was referring to, but yeah. Go ahead, Keith.
Yo, hey, I ain't got nothing. Y'all, it was a good podcast. Yes, that was good information. WAV, MP3, like all that. PlayStation copycats. We're gonna get to the topic next time that I brought up. I think it's gonna be a great one. I think K-Bone is gonna enjoy that one. Hope to see D2K next time. We out.
Yeah, man, I appreciate all you guys in the live chat. Y'all was very active. Enjoyed y'all, man, and make sure y'all share this. I don't want to go through and try to name all y'all because it was actually a lot of y'all down here today, and I'll be missing some of y'all. But I appreciate every one of y'all who showed up. And if I didn't call you out, don't hold it to the heart, hold it to the mind, because I appreciate every one of y'all coming through, and I always want to show y'all love when y'all come through. Make sure y'all share this, put this on Twitter. Get us some traction, folks. I feel like we got one of the best podcasts in this community, man. So we want y'all to help us get back to where we used to be. I know we kind of fell off because we wasn't doing this as consistent, but we've been trying to be consistent and let folks know we back on it like we used to be on it, having them good topics, having fun, wholesome, clean fun. You ain't even got to take your kids out the room. You can enjoy it with your kids in the room, wife in the room, grandma, grandpa, mama, daddy, whoever is in there. Jesus can be in there, and we still good. Anyway, Till next time, folks. Deuces.
Deuces.